It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Washington Commanders and the New York Jets. And it's coming up next.
Well, Brock, the fans were out and shouting J-E-T-S Jets well before the gates opened here. And now they fill the stands of MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we've got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over him for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
Matt Gay now ready to get this one started. And away we go from East Rutherford. On the return, here comes Kene Wangu. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. So the Jets take the field for their first drive. And bringing them out, an electrifying runner and a former first-round pick back in 2021, Justin Fields.
There's still lots of people around the NFL that believe that Justin Fields' best football's in front of them. Major believers of him as an upper-tier quarterback. And the reason why, Kate, is he's got physical traits that are just unique and different. He can run it like a running back, and he can spin a football as well. In fact, that running ability is some of the best in the game. But just continuing to build and refine his game as a passer between the tackles, that will be the key to the longevity of his career.
And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice, once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
One play in, and already they're close to midfield. On 1st and 10, it's Fields. Into the hands of Garrett Wilson. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 22 on that one. And it'll give the Jets a first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
They've got first down from the 31. Fields out of the gun. That's caught. It's Breece Hall. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. He'll get this complete to Lazard. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line.
Yeah, these in cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. Hall takes it straight ahead. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal. Back to throw. Here's Fields. And they will score. Touchdown, New York. The Jets take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. Garrett Wilson with the touchdown. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you can go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Carlson adds the extra point. And the Jets will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. So now the Commanders will get their turn at an opening drive of the game. They'll be led out by an elite runner, one of the game's top dual-threat young quarterbacks. He was taken second in 2024, Jaden Daniels.
Jaden's the closest thing we've seen to Lamar Jackson. And while there's only one Lamar Jackson, the two-time MVP, Jaden's going to push him a little bit in this league. He is a tremendous athlete. Over 1,000 yards rushing down the SEC, and he's just got the instincts, the feel to know when to run it. And man, he can also sling it. A quick, compact, accurate release. I can't wait to watch this guy's skill set unfold in the NFL.
We'll get it complete to Brian Robinson Jr. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Wrapped up on that play by big Quinton Williams.
As an offense, you don't call a screen, Kate, expecting to gain just a few yards. You call it expecting to break off something big and substantial. But it's up to that defense to stay ahead of it, to keep it contained to something much smaller. Case in point right there.
Into the hands of Terry McLaurin. It's enough for a first down. Nice find by the rookie quarterback from LSU.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Here's Daniels. Able to find Ertz. He's got to gain a 6 there. Quincy Williams making the tackle. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Again, Daniels to the air. He'll get this to Samuel. And he goes out a little short of the 40. That's a pickup of 9. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
1st and 10 from the 41. Robinson on the inside give. This is ahead for about 5. That was Jermaine Johnson there to make the play. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
The humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Sending a receiver left. Whiteout's getting involved in the ground game. And they take him down right along the 30. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs.
May not be the way he typically gets the ball, Kate, but once he had it in his hands like a reception, he knew what to do with it. He smelled that 1st down and he went and got it.
Offense sure is marching to begin this game. Here's a 1st down from the 30. Out of the gun, Daniels. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes.
Oh, that drop is such a bummer because it ruins the payoff of such a well-designed play, Kate. Got the man open, beat the coverage, but then you got to go finish it. You got to go make that catch. I will say, keep that one in mind. They could revisit that play in the future.
2nd down and 10. Daniels. He's on the move. He's going to pull this one down and run with it. Give him 13 on that play. And the Commanders will have a first.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around it. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
First down from the red zone. Quick slant to Samuel. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
2nd and 3 now. This is Robinson. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Ooh, I like that call. I really like it with those sticks. You can keep them on the sidelines, and you get more than enough to get the first down.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete.
You know, a couple of my favorite nicknames, Kate, over the last decade in football. The Legion of Boom, obviously, out in Seattle. But how about the no-fly zone that was cooking in Denver? That right there, that is a no-fly zone. Trying to make the play in the end zone, and a beautiful job by the defender to knock it away.
He finds him right side. And that's a Washington touchdown. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. But they couldn't take away that big old tight end.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Commanders start off well to tie things 7-7. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Wangu now to return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The second drive coming up now for the Jets offense. And after some momentum was wrestled away by that last touchdown drive, Brock, the pressure is on them to respond here. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They'll start this one out with Hall. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Brought down by the future Hall of Famer, Bobby Wagner. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Play action, Fields. Finds him on the crossing route. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They got 24 yards on the play. And it'll give the Jets a first down.
You know these teams, they track every step of their players. Many of them wear GPS units in their uniform to track how much mileage. I don't care what the stat sheet said of how long that gain was. That dude ran a long way, all the way across the field, but it paid dividends.
From the gun, it's Hall. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Shotgun snap to Fields. Finding Reynolds. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit, and you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
And Washington into the dime here, defending pass, third down coming. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And the Commanders pick this one up. Hits the 20. And Washington finishes the return to the end zone. Touchdown! The Commanders capitalize on that turnover and take the lead. Great time to bring some extra pressure off that snap, and that made all the difference in getting that fumble and the defensive score.
I can hear it in your voice. I think you saw it coming. I saw it coming. I think even the crowd saw it coming.
Yep.
But that quarterback did not see that blitz coming, and boy, did it pay dividends.
Gay to add the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Commanders take the lead here, 14-7 in the first. Still reeling a little after fumbling that away, but they're going to get it right back with this kickoff. Wangu now to return. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. Chance here for one final play before the end of the quarter. First down throw for Fields. Finds his target, Hall. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. We will not get another play in here. That's going to do it for quarter number one. Neither side separating much so far. More from MetLife coming right up. Time for the second quarter of play. It's Jets football. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, a give to Hall. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
Completed to Reynolds. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Out of the shotgun, Fields. Escapes the pocket. He's keeping it. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
4 downs now to get in. Here's first and goal. A tight end in motion now. They'll run here. It's Hall. And he only gets this one down to the 9. Give him just 1 yard, I think, on the run. Still some work to do here on second and goal.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on first and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on second down.
Second and goal from the 9 here. Fields to throw it. Has it in close. He has the New York touchdown. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. And he sure did.
Carlson now to add one more. The point after splits the uprights. And the Jets tie things up at 14. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Return starts at the 3. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Here comes the Washington offense out to the field, ready for their second drive. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Now Daniels off the play action. Finds a seam down the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a 31-yard play. And that'll be good for a Washington 1st.
You throw it in the middle of the field, it's all about anticipation and accuracy. I mean, those are the two keys all the time in my book, Kate. But when you throw it in the middle of the field with all of the traffic, that's where guys with great anticipation and that tremendous accuracy come to life.
Here's a counter give to Robinson. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
All right, here we go, 2nd down. From the gun, it's Daniels. Complete, it's McLaurin. And they make the stop, we're going to say at about the 37-yard line. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Trying to throw here out of the gun. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
On fourth down, it's the veteran Tress Way who's out for the punt. The Jets and Breece Hall about set to go on offense. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They start the drive with Hall. It's a real short gain here, tackled at the 22. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Off play action, it's Fields. That's complete. He got the feet down, but he goes out right at the line of scrimmage.
Some certainly do it better than others, Kate, but every running back in the league today has got to do just that. You cannot be a one-dimensional back in the league anymore. You can't. You got to be able to handle your business, both toting the ball as a runner, and really importantly as a check-down outlet on short throws.
Fields on 3rd. Hits him on the out route. And he's going to be out of bounds just before reaching the 30.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
4th down punt upcoming, Brock, and here's Austin McNamara to put his leg into it. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. That punt goes 63 yards. And they're going to take over possession. Washington ready to go on offense as they take the field. And they'll try for better results this time around, Brock, after they had to punt it away last time out. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Daniels from the pistol. Caught by the open man. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Excellent pickup to move the chains, 36 yards in the end.
Speed kills, baby. You better make that tackle right away on these receivers or you're going to get some serious yak. Those yards after catch just like that. Taking a short gain and turning it into an explosive play.
Big play gets him across midfield, sets him up 1st and 10 from the 40. Here's Robinson up the middle. And he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire first half. They drop him behind the line.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Here's 2nd and 11. That's taken in by Samuel. And that will not be enough for a 1st down. So it's the 2-minute warning here from MetLife. It's the Commanders with 3rd and 5. To throw, Daniels. That's caught for the 1st. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. It's a pickup of 11. And the Commanders will have a 1st.
Well, there's a time to be a little finessey with the football, put a little touch on, and then there's time to put your arm into it and let it eat. Throw it right through your target's chest. This one, well, that one right there was the latter. Smart to make a fastball zing in before anyone could undercut the curl route.
And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. It's a gain of 12 there. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
There's no route on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
On first down, here's Daniels. Flushed out of the pocket. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Back to the line they go. It's second down. Another try following the sack. He brings it in. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. Washington calls it second timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Third and 4 coming up now. Out of the gun, Daniels shakes himself free. And he makes the catch on the sideline. Oh, but they call it out of bounds. This close to 6.
Gosh, I love how the receiver creates space from the defender, and even more so the concentration to make the catch. What he didn't have was enough real estate to get his feet in and make an exciting completion.
Up and good from Fairbairn. And they've taken back the lead.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Xavier Gibson now to return. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. The Jets headed out on offense late in this first half. With the time remaining, we'll see if they can get this into field goal range before halftime. Just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line. Fields on first down. That's complete to Wilson. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. Fields out of the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll be out of bounds at his own 45.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Shotgun snap to Fields. Fits it through the middle. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. First down, ball at the 36. Another throw for Fields. Throwing the out route complete. They get an even 10 on that play. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
Kate, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
On 1st and 10, it's Fields. Completed to Reynolds. And he gets him around 6 there. Brought down by the future Hall of Famer, Bobby Wagner. Field goal unit out there on 2nd down as they try for 3 here before halftime. From 37 yards in the right hash. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. The flag is down, though, so let's see if this kick stands or not. Offense liked how that play went, so they choose to decline the penalty. Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on 1st down. Looking to throw. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. We've reached halftime, and it's been an even one so far. We are all tied up at the break. Now we'll send you down the East Coast to Orlando. Turn things over to our buddy Jonathan Coachman in the EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Kate, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Well, we're set up for an incredible second half, all tied as we kick it away here in quarter number 3. He's going to field this at the 2. This return makes it up to the 25. The Commanders are ready to go on offense, and we'll get a look at Deebo Samuel. And they could take control of the second half early, Brock, if they break the tie on this opening drive. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Robinson. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Shotgun snap to Daniels. This is hauled in by McLaurin. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Going right side, Robinson with it. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Now it's Sauce Gardner dropping him there. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. from the 46. That's McLaurin with a catch out left. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe.
Textbook hitch route. Just hit him in the short field and deliver it once that defense turns their attention elsewhere. Okay, this is a low-ceiling play, but a reliable source of yardage.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Daniels back to throw. Setting up the running back screen. And he's brought down for a loss.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And that's going to pin them as deep as it can go. They're going to be set up inside their own 5-yard line. The Jets are headed back out there now, led by Justin Fields. And he has to be happy about his game. We're checking some of the highlights right now that he's made so far. A good showing that's seen him in the zone from time to time. And also, he's just seen the field well from his spot in the middle of this offense. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Play action, Fields. Buys time, and the pressure gets home. He doesn't throw it in time. That's a safety. Some early down aggressiveness in the shadow of their own end zone, Brock, and unfortunately, it costs them. They're going to have to punt it away following the safety.
Yeah, usually why you see coordinators call runs. Try to give yourself a little bit more room, so if you want to take a risk on 3rd down and it backfires, it doesn't backfire in 2 points, but let's give some credit to that defense. That's a big play and momentum turner in the game.
So they give away the lead on the safety, and now they're going to have to give away the football with a free kick. That's grabbed at the 10. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line. Out comes the Commander offense for another series. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Daniels. He goes back to him yet again, complete. And he'll go down, we'll say right at the 39-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And the Commanders will have a 1st. Play fake here, Daniels. He's on the move. He's going to keep it this time. Decent yardage picked up here before he slides down to avoid the tackle.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Daniels. He's got it over the middle. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. They get 13 on the pickup. And that'll be good for a Washington 1st.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
This is brought in at the 15. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. Give him 32 on the play. And the Commanders will have a 1st.
Well, that's sure one way to take the lid off a defense. Great work to find the biggest hole in the coverage, and more importantly, go exploit it.
What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10. They send Samuel right. 1st and 10, around to Robinson. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Back to throw, here's Daniels. And he sails that one over the end zone.
There was almost no resistance offered against a rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Now Daniels to throw. And that is caught. It's a Washington touchdown. The Commanders push this to an 8-point game. I should know this by now, Brock. I don't know if you're a Broadway guy, but there's a lot of names that belong on the playbill for this lead we've got here, but his name belongs on the marquee as he brings in his 2nd touchdown grab.
Yeah, a bunch of contributors all throughout this roster. No, not a Broadway guy. And with 2 scores now, it's what, a 2-score game?
Yep.
Easy to see he's been one of the key actors throughout.
Appreciate the honesty. Gay to add the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Commanders push the lead to 2 scores now. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Wangu now to return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Now here comes the New York offense. And their last drive reached the wrong end zone and equaled 2 points. So trying for the other end zone and 6 on this possession. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Fields. Finding Reynolds. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Paul running between the tackles. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Pickup of 5 on that play. And it'll give the Jets a 1st down.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, later occasion.
1st down throw for Fields. Toward the sideline and caught by Wilson. And they'll have it a little shy of the 40 as he goes out. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things: separation and trust. Because
Well, Dan Quinn pretty confident that they missed something there. He's going to challenge that call. We're all watching that sideline here, seeing where those feet came down.
And no matter what they rule here, Kate, that was an outstanding effort just to make the catch.
Yeah.
Now we got to look and see, did he get both feet in with possession?
First and 10 from the 41. Here's Hall. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Off play action, it's Fields. That's complete to Wilson. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
Well, that one was drawn up and delivered beautifully, efficiently. If it's not circled on the call sheet already, you better believe it is now.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. And he will score. It's a New York touchdown. The Jets shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Brock. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
Point after from Carlson is up and good. And the Jets cut the lead down to just 2. We're down to a 2-point difference as they send the kick away. Returnable from the 2. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. The visitors headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. They're out and set, 1st and 10. To throw, Daniels. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down.
Well, Kate, that wasn't a fast enough break for the interception, but it was good enough and a good enough break to break on the ball, get a finger on it, and force the incompletion.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Out of the gun, Daniels. That's brought in by Luke McCaffrey. And that's good for a gain of 5. Quincy Williams making the tackle. And it's a nickel look from the Jets, 3rd down. Here's Daniels. Able to hit Robinson, complete. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Hey, Kate, they don't rightly care who it's going to go to in that situation. All they really care about are the results on 3rd down. And that's exactly the result they needed, enough to keep this drive moving.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. That's taken in by Samuel. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. That was Sauce Gardner dropping him there. This is the end of the 3rd quarter. It's the Commanders' ball. A chance at a win if they can hang on to their lead through the 4th. Second and 6 coming up here. Now we're on with Robinson. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. It's a pickup of 3. They're going to need 3 more now on 3rd down. Another carry for Robinson. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. That one ends up a gain of 6. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
I don't know what it is, Kate, but I love 3rd down runs. I really do. I know the receivers don't always like it because money down, they want the ball. But a 3rd down run for a 1st down can be so demoralizing to that defense.
Has him on the quick hitter. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. Give him 13 on that play. And the Commanders will have a first. Now Daniels off the play action. Bails out of the pocket quick. He tucks it and takes off. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. That's 16 on the pickup. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
Well, I can tell you what, that was the goal from the moment he took off. Kept his eyes locked on the chains and made sure he set them up with a new set of downs. Well done.
Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets them 3.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
Second down now, 7 to go. From the 21. He'll get this to Samuel. And he's in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders push this to an 8-point game. Deebo Samuel, the touchdown. That is a touchdown to one of their prime receiving targets.
This is really what you pay your skill guys for. You know, I had an old coordinator say, it's my job to get you a one-on-one. It's your job to go out and win it with a touchdown.
Point after try upcoming to make this a 2-score game here in the 4th. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Commanders push the lead to 2 scores now. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Wangu now to return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. New York taking over once again. The offense heading out. They just witnessed maybe the most impressive drive we've seen all game, Brock, and now they get a chance to answer with one of their own. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Fields out of the gun. That's brought in by Lazard. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Shotgun snap to Fields. He'll get this complete to Lazard. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Fields looking to throw. Left side caught by Lazard. And he's tackled for a short gain.
As any quarterback will tell you over the course of their career, it's not easy to deliver an accurate throw as you're about to get smacked.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Another throw for Fields. Wilson's got it. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
There's no question the greatest concern there was just getting the first down. You want a high percentage throw, and you're not really concerned about big yards. Well, the drag route was perfect. He comes open in the short field. It's easy to zip that throw right in there and reset those chains.
That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And it sets up second down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Now it's Fields. Hall there to haul it in. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Kate, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
Fields on third. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up fourth down.
My goodness, was that some kind of speed off the edge. There's only a handful of tackles in this league that have the lateral movement to stay in front of an end like that. It may be time for this quarterback to start mixing up his cadence, his count, certainly making sure this defensive end can't get off the way that he has.
And they won't do it. That falls incomplete on fourth down.
Well, I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in four-down territory, down a couple scores here in the fourth. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
The Commanders all set to regain possession. New set of downs for him from the 46. Robinson on the inside give. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
That was the perfect play call for that particular situation. Gave him enough to pick up a first with some room to spare.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Staying with Robinson. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
Well, Kate, a 2-yard run on first down, I think that keeps you ahead of schedule, but you're going to have to pick up the pace.
So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from New York. Commanders with a 2-score lead. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Here's a give to Robinson. He finds space into the red zone. And he's going to take it in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders could lock away the win as they make it a 15-point game. Well, Brock started small at first, but then he found that lane, and it was a race to the end zone from that point on.
And it takes a little bit of everybody. How many times do we hear these coaches tell us, if you're going to get a run play for a big gain, it takes the whole group. All 10 of them around him have to do their job. Got to block up front. Receivers got to block on the perimeter. They all get it done, and a big chunk run follows.
The Commanders leaving their offense on the field. We got a 2-point try coming up. Running back sent in motion. And the conversion is no good as that pass falls incomplete.
I've heard great receiver coaches say, watch your fingers wrap around the ball. You know, it's pretty clear he should have had that one, and he didn't get the job done. And 2 points, well, they're left on the table.
Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Wangu now to return. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Jets out to begin another drive. Their failure on 4th down was answered by a touchdown, so they're really going to need to rebuild some momentum as they take the field once again. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Fields to throw it. He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 31. Wilson on the slant. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
Jets moving quickly, trying to get the offense set. Fields on 1st down. Looking underneath, and the back brings it in. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. Timeout taken by New York. That's its 2nd. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting that first. New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. First down throw for Fields. Looking slant route, complete. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. That play good for 17 and a 1st down.
Well, that's a game that has its roots in preparation during the week. That's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday kind of stuff. Identifying ways to target the coverage and creating opportunities for big completions.
On 1st and 10, it's Fields. Throwing the out route, complete. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain. Timeout called by the Jets. That's their final one. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Out of the shotgun, Fields. Hits him on the out route. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out.
Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw it with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book.
Now Fields. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And that sack going to cost them some yardage.
Oh, 1st and goal, you take a sack. I got nothing good to say about that. So let me flip it over on the other side where you got everything good to say. That's exactly what you want to do. You want to get them behind the sticks. You want to knock them backwards. And now you put a whole lot more pressure on that offense to respond.
He brings it in. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. So it's a win on the road for the Commanders. And it was a game for fans of high-scoring football, wasn't it? I know Brock was enjoying seeing both of these offenses work, and really not a lot to dislike from either group. Just one side working at a slightly better clip than the other. That was the difference in the win. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. It's a win for the Commanders as we say so long from New York.